Welcome back, my luxurious fleet, to a luxurious news update. This time around, we're going to hit on Cafe by Lexus, as well as what's in the hatch for the new Prius, as well as many others. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the other side. So the first article we have in New York City, Danny Meyer's next restaurant is sponsored by Lexus. So this restaurant here is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, by the way. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less from a Lexus building. So this restaurant is in the first floor of a building owned by Lexus. And I just can't help but to appreciate this wood design on the walls and the ceilings, as well as the intricate tiling. I wouldn't expect anything different. Now you can see an LFA way in the background, and it looks like on a big TV screen. However, let's get into it. Well, it's called Intersect by Lexus, first of all. But there will be different chefs coming in and rotating. From time to time, another chef takes place. So I believe this guy will be doing all the heavy lifting. He's kind of like the restaurant manager, but he's bringing in different chefs rotating. If you guys live in the New York City area, God rest Anthony Bourdain. Gosh, I love that guy. Anyways, but you can just see the pictures here, and that's what we're going to focus on, more so the pictures than anything. As well as there's a menu here, which you guys are more than welcome to look at. This isn't the first sponsored deal. A couple of windows ago, it teamed up with Crate and Barrel for a season Bryant Park Cafe. Lexus also has similar restaurants in Tokyo and Dubai, and it's bringing decidedly scenery atmosphere into the space. Not a typical vibe for a USHG spot. So pretty cool, pretty cool. If you guys are wondering, the restaurant is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And well, the cafe is on the first floor. The restaurant is on the second floor, and the third floor is more of a Lexus business area. So the restaurant is open daily, 5 to 10 p.m. And then you can see here the menu, which is pretty crazy. Pretty huge menu for a small cafe. Well, this might also include the restaurant. I'm not 100% sure. But that's pretty neat. Let's move on to the next article. As you guys know, I will be covering Toyota as well in these updates, just because there isn't enough regular Lexus news to be able to fill this little news update. So we have the Toyota 86 here, formerly known as the Scion, as you guys know. What is this dude? How do I get him off my screen? Gosh. Toyota's looking at a few underperforming models in its lineup. They're getting out the axe. Now, Lexus is probably going to be axing the GS first. We haven't got official news on that. And they probably don't want to announce it because they don't want to... If people know the vehicle's at end of line, then they're more than likely not going to buy it. So Toyota's selling far more trucks and SUVs as it does sedans and coupes. 63% of the sales were passenger cars a decade ago. Now it's only 38%. That is absolutely unbelievable. Of course, we don't expect the Camry or the Corolla to be ditched. So it'll be interesting what they decide to ditch. Yaris could disappear, which is kind of sad because I like that little car. But the Yaris, the sales are down 38%. It's not looking good for the little Yaris. Toyota Prius hybrid sedan is down 22% through the end of October. Now, they're never going to kill the Prius, and we'll get into this later in the show. But what do you guys think? I love the Prius V. I think that's one of the best vehicles, but they stopped making it here in the U.S., I think, in 2017. Let me know what you guys think they will cancel. They might drop the Avalon, and I think that's a good idea, even though I drive an Avalon. And the reason being, it's so damn close to the Lexus ES. So damn close that, they're almost like cannibalizing their own market by offering too many of the same offerings. The Camry's already close enough to the ES in terms of It shares the same platform and engine, and I think it has the same transmission even. So, but the Avalon is just like a reskin of the ES. Now the ES is still a better car. It's definitely more comfortable. It's probably going to be more quiet, but the Avalon is such a good vehicle that they almost need to kill the Avalon to drive more sales for the Lexus ES. You heard it from me as an Avalon driver. I mean, look, the sales are up, but it's only up 3%. And they just released the new Avalon and it's only up 3%. That is horrendous. We could expect the Toyota 86 to get cut, but let's move on. Let me know what you guys think. Which Toyota vehicles do you think will be cut? But let's get on the next article. This winner right here, Jeremiah McDougald. Officials ID search for NC gunman accused of firing on police through a Lexus sunroof. Now, we don't know what Lexus he used, but he popped out the sunroof and fired upon the police in North Carolina with an AK-47. Pretty epic. No one was hurt. That's the main thing. And pretty crazy stuff. Let's move on to the next article. This is cool. So here's another Toyota article. Paradise, California, nurse sacrifices his Toyota Tundra to save others from wildfire. Alan Pierce turned back to help patients in need at his hospital in Paradise, only to have his beloved Tundra melted by the blaze. Here's the picture. How epic is that? This guy turned around, saved people with his Tundra, and Toyota is going to give him a brand new Tundra. Pretty cool there. Thanks, Alan Pierce, for being a hero of the community, saving others with your Toyota product. Okay. Lexus launches key holiday advertising campaign. I can speak a lot on this just because I know all the incentives. Not off the top of my head because there's so many. So it is December to remember, my luxurious fleet. If you are thinking about looking at a Lexus, this is the best time to do that because Lexus has spent 28 to 29 million just for the central area. That's where the dealership I work at is in the United States. They've spent that much money for incentives for the December to remember. Not even including advertising. That's just incentives. So they're almost dropping 30 million for incentives to get people into a brand new Lexus. So many of the 28, I'm not going to read this article. I just wanted to pull up this article because I like the picture. I'll probably use it as my thumbnail, as well as just talk about how what the incentives kind of are and what you can expect. So, oh, by the way, these bows are about $500. At our dealership, you're welcome to take them home and take a picture with it in your driveway. However, we take a credit card as a security deposit because if that bow doesn't come back to our dealership, that's a $500 bow. Back on the subject. So a lot of our 2018s that are still available have 0% financing. That's pretty crazy because interest rates are out of control right now. Every single week and month they get higher and higher. So that is a huge incentive, 0% financing up to 60 months on many of our 2018 models. If there are any remaining ES models, I believe, as well as ES hybrids, they have $5,000 cash off the vehicle, whether you lease it or purchase it. And then on the 2019s, there are incentives. They're just not as huge as the 0% financing. If you guys have questions about it, just give me a comment in the description, or give me a comment in the comments below, and I'll be happy to go over some more of the details of that. Next up, Lexus unveils a wine-centric concept car. Nothing says drinking and driving better than a classy Lexus vehicle. So this was released a couple weeks ago. Now it's just a modified vehicle. This is never going to make it to production. However, I wouldn't be surprised if a custom car auto shop would support this. So you can go ahead and buy an ES, and this is Matador Red. Now this particular one has the TRD ground effects on it. So you can get one with a wine cooler. It supports 5 or 6 cooled bottles of wine, and you have your nice Lexus wine glasses over here. Of course, with the emblem on there, nothing says it better. And then you have your climate-controlled wine cooler. This is all in the trunk, of course. Look at this. You have barrels and casks. Lexus emblem there. It's just super, super cool. But nothing says drinking and driving better than Lexus. And final article. I said I'd get back to the Prius. Toyota announces a brand new Prius. This could be big news. Anytime they announce Prius news, I feel like it's pretty big because they sell quite a few Prius, even though they're down on sales this year. It's hard to say what it's going to be. There's a bunch of stuff here. Some say, maybe it's a better plug-in, or, they need to update the one that they updated in 2016. I don't know exactly what they're going to do. But Toyota, I should say, they are unveiling some pretty big Prius news on November 28th. I think it could be a flat-out electrical car, just because that's where the trend is. There's a big market, even though Lexus and Toyota have come out saying that the infrastructure, the power grid would not support all electric vehicles anytime soon. It would crash the power network in our country. However, it's definitely not close to being overloaded by electrical cars yet, so they might come with an all electrical Prius. It's hard to say. That's my guess. However, they could also come out with something different. We know that it is the best. It's the most reliable hybrid out there, bar none. It's also the most reliable vehicle out there, bar none. So we'll see what they do. It'd be cool if they had like a Prius minivan. I know the Prius V is no longer sold in America. However, I think they would sell shit tons of them if they made it full size. But that sums it up, guys, for my Lexurious news article. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to also share any news articles that you might have stumbled across over the past couple weeks. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and explain to me why you didn't like it so I can make things better in the next video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.